3, 2, 1. What is up, guys? It is the Picklebear podcast coming to you not live from our undisclosed location inside of somebody's bedroom in their parents' house.
I call this my studio.
Yeah, our studio.
Everyone just tuned out right there as soon as they heard that. Like,
I don't care, you know? Like, we can carry this, you know?
You know what
So-
else you can carry? HIV.
So anyways, we are here today with my man Goose,
Hello.
my brother from the same mother, River,
Yeah.
and Mr. Hunter.
Hola.
So anyways,
Senor Hunter.
yeah, Senor
I'm
Huntero.
a teacher.
What is first on the agenda?
What's first? Okay, you brought this up. The subway shooting.
Subway shooting. So at first I thought it took place in a Subway restaurant. I was kind of disappointed. Like, it's like, yo,
I said I
where's my pickles?
I said not toasted.
What happened to the $5 footlong? Yeah, don't do your homework. What are you doing?
Well, the app won't let me. I don't have the class code.
Listen, how about you do it later?
You made me drop my keys.
Well, anyways,
I can't fit them in my
what are you
tight
guys'
butt.
opinions on that?
Do
Goose?
you think it was real?
The shooting happened?
I've seen a lot of
Maybe he-
claims that it was a false flag operation.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What's the evidence?
Well, the evidence is that the doors to the what's it called? Cart?
The subway,
No. That specific,
the train.
the specific module that they were in, not the entire train.
Yeah.
That specific
cart.
cart or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
The doors to that car only were locked from the outside.
I heard reasoning for that. It was because apparently either the shooter himself or like some of the employees of the train, they locked it because it's like they do that when like say a train's under siege or something.
But they were locked before this.
Oh, they were
before
locked
it started
before?
happening. Yeah, they were preemptively locked. I think it's real, but that's the one. That's the one
Is real?
interesting thing.
Well, did you hear all
Maybe
the
think it
security
was-
cameras shut down?
Yeah, I heard that.
That's
the
the thing
reasoning
that was
I heard
weird
is
for
that
me.
New York just can't afford good cameras, which is
Yeah, but there's
plausible.
over 600 cameras in that thing.
You'd think some of them would caught it.
Yeah. Well, I saw the cell phone footage of like somebody in the train.
Yeah.
I saw that, but the whole thing's shady. Like that guy's weird.
He's
Like-
a black supremacist,
He is.
which is the one thing that made me think it's not a false flag operation. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, if it was a white supremacist, he'd be all over the news. But it's a black supremacist, and they are covering that part up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, did you see? I can't remember his name. He's like one of those self-proclaimed socialist YouTubers, but you know he sells T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, he went and was saying he's like, or was it him? It might have been him that said it, but somebody came out and they were like, not much details is owned.
Someone
But
came
there was
out.
there was this article, and it said the shooter is a black male, 5'5", and like he was wearing this stuff, right? But then like he underlined male 5'5" in these clothing. So he's like, not much is known about him, guys. This is the only description we got. And it's like, okay, you just
He was
left
a
out
6'5" white man named Samuel Haid. I didn't see any edits of that yet.
that. That's very.
Oh.
I think they're
looking
trying to cover the whole thing up because I heard more in the news about Gilbert Godfrey dying than I did the shooting.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard the exact
Like-
opposite.
I knew like an hour after Gilbert Godfrey died, and I didn't know till like a good while about the shooting.
Really?
I think I heard
do you mean
reports that
shooting?
like the FBI was watching this guy.
Yeah, but they let him go. They said
Yeah.
he wasn't a threat.
I know, obviously, and so when people find that out, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't put that out there. It makes the FBI look like weaklings."
They are.
They are, and they should be
But
abolished.
But they
haven't
don't
done
want to
shit like
look
the
like
CIA.
weaklings.
They're
Yeah.
too busy arresting random people in Colorado that they like staged instead of getting that guy.
No, it wasn't Colorado.
Where was it then?
That was, I forget, what,
Michigan.
Montana, maybe?
No, it was Michigan.
Ruby Ridge? Are we talking about the
I
same
thought it
thing?
It was
Montana.
Gretchen Whitmer, who's the governor
oh, I'm
of
talking about
Michigan.
someone else.
Oh, wait.
I was thinking about Ruby Ridge.
Oh,
that was
oh,
the
wait,
feds
what
that
are you
set them
talking
up.
about?
The one most recent.
The governor
My bathroom.
kidnapping? Yeah.
Down the hall and to on the left.
Did you just piss yourself on my podcast?
Damn, he pissed himself in the podcast.
Wow.
No, but no, Ruby
Why
Ridge.
is it red?
Basically, the feds they sold. No, they bought shotguns from him. They disguised themselves as white supremacists, as Nazis, and bought shotguns from him. And then cut the barrels off the shotguns after the fact. And he said he sold sawed-off shotguns, which he didn't.
Are you serious?
Randy Weaver did nothing wrong. I mean that unironically.
That's if they
The
sawed
feds just
him
wanted an
off
excuse to
afterward,
go
that's
in and
ridiculous.
execute him and his family, because that's what they did. Well, not
See-
him. They executed his wife.
Well, it's like this. They need an excuse for funding, I
Yeah.
think, is a lot of it. And they, they're like, okay, well, listen, we need validation on why our organization exists. Was somebody in the
The whole
bathroom, or did
government's
you not
doing
wash
that.
your hands? I mean, that was
I
like,
just spit my gum out.
Oh.
oh, well,
Spit your
By the
gum
way,
out.
there's like a doorway or whatever just in the middle of the floor of the bathroom. I would have probably stubbed my toe into that.
Well, yeah,
If I
because
did
the
not
door
look
doesn't close. It doesn't open the whole way. There's a dresser on the other side.
yeah.
So it opens
wasn't-
about
I don't
halfway.
even think it was in the door's path.
Well, yeah, you don't want it to be in the door's path, so you can actually open the door.
This is a good
No,
segue.
Then
it
you
was
move
just
it-
sitting in the
then you
middle.
move
of the,
it. Yeah,
I
it's
think
supposed to
someone
be.
moved it. Because it's
I'm
just
thinking
kind
you
of.
moved it.
It's just kind of in the middle of the whole thing.
It's supposed to be in the middle of the room so that you
This
can
kid doesn't
open the
know how
door and then
doorways
move
work.
it into the door's path.
This is this
I
is
feel
why there's
like
instructions
there's-
on shampoo bottles, okay? Because people get
What's your favorite flavor of shampoo?
what?
So
Rick,
that's what I
who's
want.
hiding?
I wanted. This is a good segue though into another conversation. Say you're at somebody else's house, and you're sitting there hanging out, and then you feel it hit you. Something dropped into your colon,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it wants out. So you go to the
Like
bathroom,
someone's alive.
clog the toilet.
Oh,
What do you do? Like,
Is this
say
just
it's like it's so foul smelling, you want nobody to know this thing existed.
I think you play it off like you just took the most badass shit and everyone needs to know and see it. So
wait,
Go
if
get
Hunter,
it
give me
here.
your exact
take a picture.
steps
And post.
on
okay,
what to
okay.
do.
So I'm walking out of the bathroom. I'm going to the person's room. Yo, I just took a massive dump in your toilet, and it's like you just have to come see it and help me unclog it. It's like
I
amazing.
feel like that's gonna be awkward. Just be like, just do the classic, don't go in there or something. Move.
that's awkward.
That's their
Because
own
now
house,
you're
and
now
telling them
there's
they
an
can't go on their own
unknown,
property.
unanswered question of what you did to their bathroom.
Guys, I got one
It's
hell of a
pretty
kill
obvious,
streak.
I know
Tactical nuke landed.
I'd say you own up to it the best you can. It doesn't have to be funny. You just
Really?
have to be like, yeah, I'm a human being and I take massive shits
Yeah.
in your bathroom. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, but
Oh,
like,
just tell me not to shit big shits next time. My bad.
it's like, yeah, but like it was your fault. You're the reason why it happened.
Was it really my fault?
Yeah,
I don't
because
tell
you
my
shouldn't-
colon how to compress.
Yeah,
my-
you do. You do.
I
though.
really
That's
don't.
the problem. Yeah, like
Not
when you don't eat fruit,
entirely.
yeah, you.
What if I'm like a
you could have
four-
eaten more fruit, more fiber, and then you wouldn't have that problem.
And if you
But
mentally
no.
make
Well,
control
then you would have
What's
like.
that?
You're trying to make him eat food that
That's
contains
too
estrogen.
much.
Hunter, it's all mental.
If
I'm
you
just
think
saying
every day,
that when you
if
clog
think every
somebody's
day you
toilet,
want
it
poop
is
to be
your
smaller,
fault.
It will be smaller.
I feel like if you ate too much fruit and fiber to not clog it, then it'd just be smelly diarrhea.
Yeah, it would be.
Just like
but you wouldn't clog
it would sound like you're dropping like nuts. Like
Okay.
shit, I lost the analogy. I was gonna say something funny, but I forgot it.
Okay, but let's say like you're in between that phase. So like the first one clogs the toilet, and then the rest of it is that fruit mixture you were discussing.
Oh,
The
I've
fruit
had
punch.
that happen before.
Yeah, so now it's just completely, yeah, but now it's stuck in there, and you can't do anything about it. It's like, do you risk like dirtying their plunger? What do you do?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you
why the
dirty a
plunger's
plunger.
there.
Once you dirty it, you throw it in their shower, and then you, you
yeah,
leave.
you get shit on
That's
the
what you
shower
do.
drain.
If they would have washed it, they turn on the shower. It's
Now,
that
if they would
easy.
have had a knife on hand, for instance,
Oh
some
yeah,
kind of
certain
yeah.
bathrooms do have a poop knife. It's like a 2-foot long, like little metal blade. That's usually
Why
the
don't you
little
just
poop
grab the
knife.
spaghetti spatula? Okay, just walk back.
Because
to
I
the-
eat with that.
Walk out of the bathroom, awkwardly look at everybody, grab a spatula out of the drawer, and then walk back in.
Oh my god. I'd keep a katana with me at all times, just to do it ceremonially. You know,
You're gonna go full weeb with a katana.
Okay, well, how
What are you
about a
gonna do when
tomahawk,
they
you know,
walk
then it
in to see if
splashes
you're
on
tomahawk
okay
is
and your
definitely-
hands in the toilet?
Yeah, well, the tomahawk would splash because the
Oh,
the blade is like wider.
essential.
Ethan, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know.
we
I've
have
never
to
been
flush
in
it?
this.
Can we just
You got to get rid of that thing.
You got to get rid of it. Okay.
You got to either go out and embarrass yourself and say,
Does
everybody laughs at you, and then they post it. And then
Does the bathroom have a window?
Post
Brooke?
it.
your boss is there. It's your boss's house.
Does the bathroom have a window, Brooke?
Ooh.
No.
Normal bathrooms don't, but for some
Mine
reason,
does.
every bathroom in our, yeah, some bathrooms do. But the
Our-
worst
our-
is when they're like the first floor bathrooms. That
Our
like
downstairs bathroom has a window into the living room.
so you can make eye contact.
Yeah, but it's like a little privacy door. You can open it if you want to see out.
See, no. See, at our house, we have a bathroom on the first floor, and the window sets like right eye level. So if you're sitting on the pot, like if you straighten up and like look while sitting, you can look out the window.
And there's
But no one
there's
can
like
It's
see
right
you,
next
right?
to a door.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's a
people
door
walk
right there,
around
so when
it.
people walking into that door, they can kind of look over in the window and just see you taking a shit in
Oh,
there.
I didn't know
Like
that.
River, we'll be outside, like in the yard,
Yeah.
like enjoying stuff, and then I'll look over, and then I'll see you urinating through the window.
That's why whenever there's a party at your house, I always go up to your bathroom
I can't blame you. It's
or
like
to the basement.
that. Fun fact: that is the only bathroom in the house without a window that you can easily see somebody. One time, I was there using the bathroom, and for some unknown reason, my mom walks over and looks in, and she goes, "Oh, you're using it." I'm there sitting, looking back at her like, "Get out of here!" So
What
I
if
like
I
pulled my
wasn't
pants
here?
up and walked away because I didn't know what else to do. I was like, I don't want to be stared at while using the bathroom, you know?
What was she looking for? Was
I
she
don't
like,
know, but
oh,
she's
maybe
like,
there's ghosts
"Oh,
in here."
you're using it,"
It didn't
and then just sat there and stared at me, and I'm like, "Bro,"
It didn't sound like she was looking for you. It looks like he was looking for the toilet. Like, where is it?
it's like, where is
Ooh,
it?
I've never seen this window before. Oh,
Do you guys have a black toilet?
You mean in a racist way?
No, like a black toilet, like
our toilet's black.
it's black.
You can't see the water in the toilet. You just assume it's in
Yeah,
there.
like it could be clogged and you wouldn't
that's
know it.
weird. Yeah,
That's a
I
problem.
noticed
You
that.
see-
Terrifying.
You see, that's the problem though. Our
Well, you
little
don't gotta worry
brother,
about
he goes in
cleaning
there,
it.
and for somehow he destroys that toilet
He
every
clogs
time he
every
uses
damn
it.
time he
It's
uses- and then
every
he never tells you,
day.
he just fucking leaves. He's just like, not my problem.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, like
hammers that
what he does
toilet.
is I'll be there on the PlayStation and I'll hear him go in there. He'll sit for like a half
Hear
hour.
his bare feet slap on the floor.
Yeah, and then he just walks up with his pants down, walks up the steps and wipes and finishes up there, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
He just walks around the house with that shit in his ass.
Yes.
I'm going to the other bathroom. This one sucks.
Well, no, he clogs it and then he's like, I don't know what to do.
He's like the shit monster
I
that roams from bathroom to bathroom every day.
I can't blame
Like,
him though. I mean, if you were in that
What do
situation,
you mean
like,
you can't blame him? He at least had the audacity.
Well,
to
are you
wipe
gonna
his
leave
pants
all
up
them,
a little
like-
I would
bit.
just unclog the toilet. How about that? There's a plunger in there.
well, like he's too young to figure that out though, how to do that properly.
So he should at least tell someone. He just fucking like, not my problem. I'm
No,
going
like,
to play with
You're just sitting in the
Skylanders."
living
like,
room with
since
some
I-
shit man like,
well, like,
radiating the
since
most
I work night
disgusting
shifts,
smell walks past
I'm the
you.
only one in the house. So the next day, like I'll be there on my PlayStation playing a little bit in the morning, you know, just because that's the only time I get. So then I get up and I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom. So I walk over and I look in there, and then like you don't smell it until you're directly over it, and then there's like that. It was brewing, and I was like, oh. So then I have to go outside.
Take a shit in the yard.
Yeah.
That's why you practice the Slav squat for so much.
Yeah, that's
I
not too
don't
bad.
actually-
If you can find a nice like hill that's overviewing everything,
remember-
take a nice dump up there.
My first
Oh,
time
wow.
hunting.
That's my favorite part of
I had to
hiking.
use the bathroom really bad in the woods. So I found this tree that had fallen over, and I just sat on the tree and I took a poo right there. I was like, "Dang, this is horrible." So I wiped with some leaves, and it was. I was like, "This is horrible." I'm in pain because I had to use the bathroom so bad, and now I'm wiping with leaves. This is just gross. And then I pull up my pants and start walking away, and I slipped, and I accidentally put my foot back in the shit. I was like, oh, now my foot is covered in shit.
you're not
It was a
getting anything.
hunting boot too, so each and every tread on the boot is covered in shit.
A
I'm
little
just
bit
like,
of
ew.
I hope you
And
just
it
went
smelled
home.
too.
Traction.
You just went home. It's like, well, I smell like shit now. You're gonna smell me
It would be
from a
funny
mile
if you
away.
drop your hand
And
in
then
your
I
gun
jumped in
right
a creek
it.
and got even more uncomfortable because now I'm soaking wet. and my stomach hurts, and I smell like shit.
You have shit water on you now.
And then a freaking deer like walked. I look, and then it was a drive. So then all of a sudden a freaking deer walked over, and I missed it. Wow,
You look
I
like
missed it too. I was so disappointed in myself.
Wait, were
and
you
I
driving or
probably-
were you heading?
Huh?
Were you driving or
Could
I was
heading?
heading.
Oh.
Just
You were there
sitting
too, Ethan. You were on the
I
ridge.
was.
You were on the point of the ridge. I could see you from where I was. I was taking a shit. I could see you.
River.
Well, I was taking a
He
shit.
was,
think I might
River
remember
was
this.
watching you as he was shooting. Ethan, how do
He
you
was
feel
watching
about
me,
that?
eyes on.
Could you imagine missing a deer and then just standing there soaked, just reeking of shit, just
Have-
sulking in your
no,
own
but like
I was like,
cloud?
this is how the freaking neighborhood
And-
feel.
but like when I was rifle hunting, I was up there and like I was walking out the ridge and I was like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom. So like it's this whole process since it's like like 20 degrees up on the mountain. So like I take off all my layers, walk over, lean against a tree, and I go. And as I stood up and I was wiping, I look over my shoulder and here there was a guy like 20, 30 yards away over the back. I could just see the back of his hat. Like he couldn't hear me coming in, but I saw him when I looked over and I'm like, oh no. Because I just screwed his hunting for the rest of the day. And I'm like, I'm not going to like walk over and be like,
shit by that tree.
hey buddy, you might want to move. I just shit there.
But did you say you leaned on the tree?
Yeah, you lean
so
up
you
against
were
the
doing
tree.
like wall sits the whole time.
Yeah, that's what you
I
do.
was doing.
I,
But
I just
was
used like a
falling down.
fallen over tree.
That's what I thought
if
River
I
meant.
do. Like, that
Oh,
was
so
only
you
one-
sit down.
That was only like one time.
You thought I like
You sit down to shit.
No, I didn't like place each thigh on the tree.
Yes.
No, how, that would like get shit on me. That
No,
would be
no,
cool.
no,
How
no,
would
no,
I-
no.
how
You're not
would I-
listening.
No, like he's sitting, so like the
I
base
said-
of his legs are here, but then like his butt's hanging off the
Yes,
tree.
like-
No, I
like-
was not sitting
like
like,
a
that.
fallen
I was
down
squatting
tree.
against the fallen
No,
down
no,
tree.
like
holding himself
there's like an
up
upright
against the
tree.
log.
You go over, lean, like you squat down and do a wall sit. Yeah, against
That
it.
doesn't seem practical. I feel like if you're really getting a good shit,
See, I
you're
had,
gonna-
like,
Dude,
the-
you
you're
go
gonna,
so
like,
fast doing
collapse
that, though.
and,
I had
like,
the side of the
fall
tree
right
in
into
like
your
the
own
in
feces.
my lower lumbar of my back, just
It-
sideways.
It
there.
hurts.
It was like it
It's
was
just
painful.
like normal toilet if you find a fallen over tree.
See, it was even more worse because my
Wait.
abs were burning from a good workout. I smelled like shit. I was wet.
So, when I was going to school, like I was driving the
I'm gonna censor that out.
Yeah, you can. So anyway, I was driving to school every day, and well, one day I was there and I had to run back home because I left my like we had this assignment and I left the one binder I needed that day at home because I was tying my shoes to walk outside and I think it was snowing that day or something. Well, anyways, so I jumped in my truck, drove down to school, and I was like. I was down there and I was like, okay. I forgot it. So I had to drive back. And on the way back, I was like all at once it hit me. And I was like, oh no, I gotta go. So like I pull off on the side of the road by this bridge. And there's this creek running down in the bottom. And there's this little tree. Just this little, it's like a tree that, like, just when you lean against it, like, you're like, okay, it's not going to fall, but it looks like it might. So, like, I went to the bathroom right there against that over the creek because I didn't know where else to go because it was like, mind you, it's right next to a highway. It's like there's cars flying by and everything, but I'm, like, down in there enough, and I'm like, I don't think they'll see me.
Wait, you pulled off onto the shoulder and then walked down into
He
this?
does that
Yeah.
all the damn time. We were driving to Pittsburgh and he did the same thing. He's like, I gotta take a shit. He walks over in his brickyard, sits on a bunch of bricks and takes a shit.
It was a stockyard, yeah, it was full.
stockyard. On the side of the
shit.
turnpike.
That's someone's private property.
Yeah, I did.
Nice bricks. Let me add some shit to them.
It's like, the commercials, you always say, when you gotta go, you gotta go. It's like, yeah, I have to go.
Truckers
Pull
do that all
over.
the time. I was at Walmart yesterday and there was what looked to be a pile of shit on the ground. He probably just shit right there in the Walmart parking lot.
I mean, people who piss
They
out of
could
their
just
truck
open
doors.
their door,
Yeah.
open the door, lean their ass out, shit, keep driving.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be at school like after school and I'll just like open my car door and just piss right there in the parking lot.
Oh,
Gives a
different.
shit.
I did that though, and so I was there, and I've been holding it in. We just got back from a field trip. I was walking over to my truck. Nobody was in the parking lot, so I looked around. I'm like, I'm good. So I opened the door, started peeing, and it was like the longest pee I've ever had. I'm there going, and then I look up, and there's this girl like walking towards me in the parking lot. Like her car was really close to mine. And I'm like, she was like, I don't know, she was getting close. So I was like, yo, because I knew her, and she was like, what? And I'm like, don't come any closer. And she goes, why? And she's like, oh my God, you're peeing. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think I'm doing? I'm just standing here with the door open.
That reminds me.
That's when I found out it was illegal.
It's illegal?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Is that a
Breaking
federal
the
thing or a
law,
state
breaking
thing?
It's both, I think. Go ahead and look that up. It's a
law that
federal.
I can't piss in a parking
Yeah,
lot?
because it's public indecency, I think.
Sure, you public indecency. Repeal the Public Indecency Act. That's going to be our slogan.
What's it
It's
say?
federal. It says federal here.
Damn.
What's
Between
the?
$50 to $500 fine.
Oh my God, dude! I almost paid $500 for taking a pee.
It's
That's
worth
expensive.
it. Sometimes it hurts
It is
so bad. I
expensive.
feel like I gotta pay $50.
And
But
then,
what
like-
are the fines like in Europe? Because in Europe, apparently, they don't have free public restrooms. You have to pay for them. So maybe it's just cheaper to pay the fine.
You have to pay for public restrooms in Europe,
That's what I hear.
in some places.
dude. There's a musical I watched called Urinetown, and that was the premise of it, and it was a satire. I didn't know you actually had to pay for, like, it's like, do you have to pay more if you clog it?
Well, at least there's schools don't
probably
get shot up
nicer.
like in math class. Like, at least our schools don't look like Call of Duty.
We leave all the duty in the bathroom. Anyhow,
Okay.
You just say that?
That was
You just say that?
no, I didn't.
cringe.
Oh, okay.
Cringe.
You're in
Well,
Cringe.
anyhow, oh, but there was another story I was gonna tell. Oh yeah, but like when I was coming back from so back to the story where I was going to college and back. After I got my binder, I was driving back. I got back to the classroom, and like my classmate was there, and he goes, "What took you so long?" I'm like, "Dude, I was driving down there, and I had to go so bad, so I just pulled off and went to the bathroom." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "But that still doesn't make sense why it took you so long." And I was like, "Well, dude, I had to go." And he goes, "Wait, do you mean number 2?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I had to go to the bathroom. Like, I could have held it if it was like a number 1." And he goes, "Dude, you went number 2 on the side of the road?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you guys don't?" And like, nobody in my class had, except for the one guy from West Virginia.
Oh.
He was awesome. But like, they couldn't believe it. And I'm like, "You guys don't do that? Like, humans naturally do that. It's like everybody does it." And like, it's like,
naturally take a shit in public.
I mean, honestly, I'd just hold it until like a gas station, unless it was real bad.
well, they were like, "There was a Sheetz right up the road," and I'm like, "I'm not dude. I had to go. You don't understand."
If I go take a shit in there.
I'm not going to dirty up sheets. It's a fine establishment.
I'm gonna pollute this creek instead.
Give it back to nature.
Yeah. I'll tell you another crazy thing. Did you ever, you guys ever listen to the like the estrogen problems, in the public water supply in like
Yeah.
cities and stuff? Are you guys concerned about that?
Why don't they just
I don't know
start
about
putting
it.
testosterone in the water to even it out?
Because that would be even worse.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because then you'd have women with massive arms and arm
that's a
hair.
problem?
That's just kind of what
you
I
saying that as a
expect from
problem,
cities.
Brooke?
It's like what, manly women?
No.
Babe, I can't get this jar open. Will you open it for me?
Babe, open his jar.
Babe, open his jar.
Brooke, you just single-handedly solved the inequality problem right there.
What, by putting testosterone in the
Yes,
water?
Dumb down the
Everybody
guys a
is
little
the
bit.
same now.
Yeah, but it does like terrible things for women. I don't remember what though.
They probably won't live as long.
No, that's the whole reason.
Well,
Like,
it's the same thing as like estrogen in men. It's toxic to the body.
do you ever think like we're basically playing life on easy mode because you never take as much? It never takes as much time in easy mode to complete a game. Maybe women do have it harder.
What?
Yeah,
Oh wait, so you're saying,
Saying
we're
testosterone-
finishing the game faster?
yeah, we're finishing the game faster. It's just we're
Oh.
No, we're speed running.
we're speed
Yeah,
running.
we're
yeah.
speed running.
They're going for completion. We're going for speed. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I don't know.
I complete the objective and then I die.
Look up the world's oldest person. Was it like a man or woman?
Well, there's a bunch of
Did
them.
you hear about that?
Supposedly.
Well, like just one. There has to be just one.
At the moment, at least.
Well, apparently there's a monk that meditated for like 200 or
I heard
300
about
years.
that.
Straight.
What?
Are the
Straight?
green ones all?
What,
straight?
he was
Yeah,
he
yeah,
straight?
straight.
He was straight or gay?
They look like
what's
woman
number
names.
one?
Okay, so
here.
number 1 is dead.
Oh yeah, I assume so.
She died in 97. She was born in 1875.
Wow.
And she was
Whoa, that
French.
doesn't-
Never mind. French doesn't count.
Wait, she was born in.
Next person was Japan. That doesn't count. Okay, number 3 is American.
Wow.
119 years old.
See
97
that
days.
cheeseburgers.
119 years
Yeah,
old.
born in 1880, died in 99. On December 30th, so she almost made it.
What's the most recent one?
Oh, she was one off
the-
from 2000.
Oh, there's
The one
2
in
that are
Japan,
living?
Yeah. A lot of them are living, but 2 and 4 are living. The Japanese and another French person.
Did you guys ever hear the Blue Zone?
No.
Might be something else, but it's Blue something.
Blue. Is it Pennsylvania?
No, it's not Pennsylvania.
What's
It's
wrong with you, River?
It's over in
Rabbit?
what it is
Are you
it's
okay?
it talks about like certain areas have people live like a lot longer than average than other places. It's like the Mediterranean Sea, like people who live around there, they live longer. People in I think it's
The Italians.
some South American countries, they tend to live longer too. Some.
Well, it
Not
can't
all
be
of
true.
them.
Look at the list of oldest people.
I mean, Brazil is in South America. That
Yeah.
can't be true.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Certain areas, but it's not so much to do with the area itself. It's to do with the diet that they consume.
You saying there's something
I
wrong with
could-
our diet, Brooke?
Full force
Look up
diet.
Blue
Yes,
Zone.
At least by
River. That's what
Mediterranean.
we're going to say.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with the
try
American
Blue Zone.
diet.
Oh, really, River? Why is
Oh,
everyone
wow, that's
obese?
exactly what it's called.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So, like the Mediterranean Sea, though, the diet there has a lot of like good oils in it and stuff. A lot of like their pastas and stuff are mainly
think, Brooke-
vegetable. Like the Mediterranean meal at Olive Garden. Think about that. Did you ever eat there?
Yeah, like I never ate at Olive Garden.
You're saying if you eat nothing but Olive Garden, you'll live forever?
The place is
I've
called
just-
Olive Garden, and olives are good for you. So I would assume so.
Snack on breadsticks rest of your life.
Yeah, just eat. Don't. Yeah, just eat all the breadsticks.
Works for
and
the
leave.
Italians. It'll work for you.
Actually, you could go in there, order a drink, and then eat the breadsticks and salad, and then leave, and only have to pay like what, $3
How much
for a drink?
was.
I found this website called bluezones.com. Apparently, it's an organization to kind of get people to congregate in these areas to live forever.
Come
Apparently.
together and live forever.
Okay, so
I'm exaggerating it a bit, but like they have recipes.
do they have the areas?
That looks gross. Literally, it all looks like
Look at that.
some sort of like.
It all looks expensive.
Oh,
so
I
I'm
see
not
chickpeas. I'm done.
I don't
You don't like chickpeas?
No, but if I see chickpeas, it's got to be healthy.
There's
Yeah,
only a few
that's what I
foods
mean.
don't like.
Pull up like the
Greece,
recipe.
California, Italy, Japan, and Costa Rica.
Oh, I was in Costa Rica. I'm
that's-
gonna live
that-
forever, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Look at that woman. She
Okay.
doesn't look like she's gonna live forever.
yeah, but like certain areas, like I said, they have they're like they live longer, and like it has to do with the diet that they consume. Like,
What about Appalachia? Is it on there?
dude,
No,
I mean,
sadly
sad,
not. We
very
probably
sad.
have a lot of meth-related deaths
Yeah.
that are pumping up the numbers.
Yeah.
Actually, our county's Wikipedia page has a whole section dedicated to the teen pregnancy rate.
Are you serious?
Yes, I looked that up, and I didn't see that for like any other
I've never
county.
been on our county's Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Well,
that
heck,
makes
what really
sense.
goes on here anyway?
Did you just name the county?
I said what goes on in our county.
Yeah. Don't name the county.
Don't name
yeah,
the county.
our county's name is our.
Yeah.
Our count.
You know what I'd like to see? I wouldn't mind going to. Did you guys ever hear Centralia?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like on fire.
Yeah,
like,
the-
all the time.
the
There's only
burning
two people
town.
live
That's why
we
now,
started-
And it's the mayor and one other guy.
Dude, how is
Imagine losing to the only other guy. for
We
mayor.
wanted to do our
Imagine
stalker
the
work
elections,
there.
you better
That's why we
vote
got
for
all
me,
these
I'm gonna
guns and
burn your
gas
house
masks and
down.
stuff.
really?
We were gonna go to Centralia and just kind of, I don't know, find some place to camp out. It's probably not legal.
Yeah.
Probably
not
not safe.
That
either.
hasn't stopped us
We
before.
should do a show, like a mobile show up there.
A mobile show in Centralia.
Yeah.
with cameras.
Yeah, we'd have to do cameras to
Yeah.
prove that we're actually in Centralia, or else we could just move to the
We
port.
could
and
do
go
a
like,
short-
Yo, guys, we're in Centralia.
We like throw the camera in the fire. Oh my god, guys, we're repelling.
Oh, well, like oh, dude, we could have a whole show and be like, it's like
That's not a
like
bad idea,
one of
though,
the
making
clickbait.
up-
No, but like a
Making
real
up our own
clickbait title.
things, like
Like
hunting for the
documentaries. or-
Mothman. It's like someone's out there in like a full white costume.
We were
with
gonna
some
go to that-
plastic
Isn't
wings.
that literally Mountain Monster?
You're talking
No,
about
yes,
faking it?
but we have to do.
We were gonna
it
go
has
to that
be, like,
Mothman
slightly
festival. Is
fake,
that
so it's
a yearly
funny.
thing?
Yeah. It is a yearly thing. What date is that?
I don't know. I just know it didn't work out this past year.
I'd love to go there. It's in Point Pleasant.
I think I saw
Virginia.
September 17th and 18th.
Oh, dude, we can hit that.
You'd what?
I could hit that.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
There's a Mothman app. Okay.
Yeah,
It's free. Go
Mothman
download the
tracker.
free Mothman.
Mothman is approaching rapidly.
They have live bands. I'm gonna see if I can. We should get our little synth pop project to go play the Mothman festival.
Make every song like just edit out a couple words.
Wait, what
from,
is this?
And put Mothman
When's
in
the
it.
festival?
17th and 18th of September.
Where?
Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Okay, I
yeah.
thought so.
Actually, there's this big battle between two towns there that they both claim that they own the Mothman. So one's in Ohio, one's in West Virginia, but it's because the bridge pretty much connects the two states that plummeted into the Ohio River. You know,
Which side was he actually seen on before that?
that's the problem. There were some people said he was seen on the Ohio side. Some people say it was the West Virginia side, but the reports from the Ohio side were not confirmed and weren't reported before the first West Virginia ones. But if they are true, then the report would have said that if they were true, then the Ohio side would have been. It's
The
Gallipoli.
first sighting? That would have been the first sighting if it was.
If it's confirmed, it would be the first sighting.
Okay.
But if it's not confirmed, then technically Point Pleasant's still the first sighting. But it's in Gallipoli, Ohio, I think.
Yeah, and there's a Georgian newspaper also claimed that Mothman was sighted in Moscow before an apartment bombing in 1999.
Okay,
Did you
wait,
look
you
into
mean
that?
like
That was just a Russian
like
with a
Moscow,
jetpack.
Russia?
Moscow, Russia, yeah.
Moscow.
Moscow. I don't know how it's pronounced.
It's a Russian.
Moscow.
I thought Russians pronounce it Moscow.
I don't care how the Russians pronounce it. We're American
Okay,
here.
there's a W there. Okay.
Actually, I'm Canadian. I don't know about you guys, eh?
Hey,
Hey.
I like mayonnaise in my French fries, eh?
Yeah, I'm actually from Norway.
People actually thought I was Canadian, though, when I talk.
You sound
Hey.
not Canadian at all.
I don't know why they think I'm Canadian. Like the one guy from Canada was like, "Are you from Canada too, eh?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not from Canada too, eh?"
You said Canada too. You like Ratatouille.
I said Canada too.
Canada too. They made a second one.
Yeah.
Is it as bad as
You
the
need to
first?
pay your tax.
No, it's a little better.
Canada.
Where is
too.
it?
Coming soon.
Is
to
it
your
Greenland?
theaters.
We should have bought Greenland.
It's so big.
I don't think it's that big. I just think
Wait,
it's
what'd you
'cause it's
say?
really far
So we
north.
should have bought Greenland.
We could have. That was an option.
Do you know we tried to
Yeah,
invade
Trump
tried
Canada
to
one
buy
time?
Greenland.
Oh, I didn't know he tried to buy Greenland.
No, we invaded Canada though.
When? During like
The Revolutionary War, I think.
Good.
Yeah,
we need
but
to
we
It might have been
invaded them in
1812.
No, that was like
both.
there was a small skirmish between the Canadians and us afterwards, and that was in like Oregon
Oh, was it?
or Washington. We didn't take over anything. It was pretty much just they're killing each other over a small.
What
island.
I'm saying is we need to.
Well, we sent like
connect
100
Alaska to the continental U.S.
Well, we sent in like 100 troops to take over Canada, and they all like most of them froze to death, and the rest are like,
On the southern
"There's 12
border,
of us now. Let's go back."
they froze in southern Canada.
Yeah.
How underprepared were they?
Dude, this is like I think it was like the 17 or 1800s. You can't be.
Still, southern Canada is like
I think
not that
it
different.
was
from
by
It's
here.
like the army
Are you
couldn't
talking
even
about-
take a grizzly bear at the time. It's like
It was that in Washington. They were trying to take that little island on the edge of Washington.
I don't know where
I
it
know where
was.
That's where it was.
talking.
They were fighting over it, and then, but the government didn't know anything about it because it's so freaking far away from the
Oh, wait,
capital. They
is that
didn't even know
Vancouver?
they were killing each other up there.
Isn't that
Yeah, there was
Vancouver?
like islands over
yeah,
by.
Vancouver.
It was off the coast of Vancouver.
We were like, "This is our island." They were like, "What?"
No, it
I
ain't.
forget
eh?
what it was called.
So then the
can't think of
freaking we started just putting houses on it, and then they were like, "Wait a minute, we own that."
you sly bastards.
It had
We see
something to
what
do
you're
with the
doing.
pig.
What do you
Like
do?
one of the guys killed some Canadian's pig, or
Oh yeah,
maybe
they
it was
were
a British
killing
guy's
they were
pig.
killing each other's
And the
pigs
British guy
and
was
shit.
like, "That's it, just 'cause the pig ate your potatoes."
That's it.
And so
You're
like
done.
they started taking mini islands around the island and stuff, and it really escalated until eventually, like a few weeks later, when the message got to both capitals. Which you got to think, DC's a lot closer than like I think it went all the way over to Britain, and they were like, "This is stupid. We'll just draw a line." And of course, they did.
Didn't it then? It continued. Then though they were like, "Wait a minute, this line sucks."
So I was thinking about it, like, how did they find the armies at that time? Like
In Canada or in the
well, like
colonies?
everywhere. It's like, okay, so you have like a messenger, like, you know, running back and forth between like different armies, spreading the word that they surrendered or it's time to go home. It's like, what happens if that messenger gets shot or something on the way?
That's why
You know what I mean? Then the army, there's like a rogue army invading
Like
America.
that Japanese guy who didn't know World War II ended
Yeah,
in like the 70s.
I mean, I think the emperor.
There's a lot of those.
That guy deserved an
They're still
apology.
out there.
Yeah, there was a
probably.
couple in the Philippines that were just like robbing places.
Well, yeah, because the Japanese were trained to like hide. They were little rascals. Them.
You little rascals.
It's like, how long have you think it's been?
They
About
just
a
assumed
year.
it was still going.
Imagine you're like taking like a tour of the Philippines, then all at once this like Japanese soldier in a wheelchair comes out with a katana and starts chasing you.
Tadawika Banzai comes out, impales you with a
There's like
bayonet.
5 of
He
them.
falls off his wheelchair and stabs himself.
Yeah, but like that didn't really happen with Germany. You know, just Japan.
Well, because there were people in Germany. In Japan, the people that thought it was still going on, they were on like islands
They were so
throughout
spread
the
out.
Pacific. Yeah, but in Germany, I think you would notice with like all the Western countries and the Soviets.
Like you gotta think how bad it must be. It's like you get taken over, and then it's like you were just in like this horrible like time era. You know, it's like, you know, you were constantly being bombed. There was little to no food, and then the Soviets take over you, and you're like, oh no, you know.
Yeah,
It's like,
That would suck. Going through a war for so many years, it looks like you're winning, and all of a sudden it goes completely downhill. And now you got to live in this crappy government that you did all this work for, and you're just like, that would suck.
It's just like
That's
those
probably-
Germans that by Berlin, they were like, "Hey, the guy just said we took over Great Britain," and then the next day there's like tons of soldiers on their freaking doorstep.
yeah. There's probably why there's a good many neo-Nazis in that area, like Eastern Europe, because they were like, oh, it wasn't so bad under fascism compared to socialism.
is that where a lot of them stay?
That's where Azov Battalion is.
Oh.
I'd assume they would have been in. Well, yeah, they would have been in Reich and then probably moved east.
Well, it's
after
like when your citizens, the people under your control, are trying desperately to climb a wall, and like you're mowing them down with machine guns, and you're like, yeah, we are the right ones here. It's like you got to think what's going through those people's minds. You know what I mean? Like the Soviet soldiers. Because like nobody, I don't think, was there anybody actually try to like cross the western side into the eastern side?
to get people on the eastern side out.
No, but I meant like, was there ever any
Anyone
like
who was,
allied
like,
moving into the Soviet?
Please, I
think
want
nowadays
to. I
that
want
would
to
be a
join
problem. If it
socialism
was
so
like
much.
Nowadays, there'd be like random
Yeah.
white women just be like, "Oh yes."
You'd have
Uh,
American college
communism, let
students
me over
going
there.
there.
Bring back Berlin.
Berlin still exists.
Yeah, I know, but bring back the wall.
Yeah, they freaking white women's like, "Oh yes, finally socialism." Crawls over and the guy's like, "Hey, you're trespassing." And shoots. him
It's
out.
like, here's your pickaxe. Go to the mine.
Why didn't the Soviets say anything about the Holocaust camps?
They didn't?
Because like most of them, well, like America didn't know about that until they came across the camps. But most of the camps were east of Berlin, so the Americans, that would have been in the Soviets area.
Like Hungary.
Why didn't? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't the Soviets like, hey, we found all these?
Well, they were
Camps.
the Soviets were very brutal with like the German prisoners of war.
But they didn't say anything.
No, they
You
did.
think they would have let them know?
They probably would have been like, "Oh, this is nothing. Let's go rape a bunch of miners now." That happened. Like people.
Wait,
like,
what kind of
kids
miner?
would be raped like multiple times?
Yeah, I heard
I
about
probably
that.
should. That sounds a little. Kids would be raped multiple times. That sounds awful. You should put that in there. I'm
gonna leave
speaking
that
on
in.
behalf of communists. Communists
we're
rape
speaking on behalf
communists
of
will
socialism.
rape children. Do not listen to communists.
Yeah, I heard that a lot. And then like, did you guys see the video of like the German soldiers in the museum? And it's like a Soviet World War II museum, but they were like in the German army.
No, you told me about this.
Dude, they were there, and like the woman, they're like defending everything. Like the woman's like, "Well, you guys did this," and he goes, "Well, we did this to defend Europe from communism because it was taking over and stuff." But then, like, she was like, "Well, what about when you marched into Denmark?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we did do that. We should have asked first." Or not Denmark. Or is it? Yeah, Denmark.
I think it was Denmark. That was the 6-hour war,
I
right?
get that mixed up with Norway all the time, but it's Denmark.
No, Norway allied with the Germans, didn't they?
Yeah,
Wait.
they did.
No, wait,
they
there's
took them
Norway.
over.
Got all
No,
the
they
states.
No, that's
they
not
were allies
true.
for a while, and then the freaking. I think they were gonna stop giving them supplies, so then they took them over.
No, wait, Norwegia is
Yeah,
a separate
Norway was
country.
Norway was occupied.
We're gonna make money if we give stuff to the British too.
Yeah, Norwegia is one of the three. That's
It's
Norwegia,
Norway.
Finland, and Sweden. But then Norway's down. No, it's
Norway's to the left.
is
of
Norway
Sweden.
Norwegia.
There is no Norwegia, Brooke.
There is a Norwegia.
There is no
talking
Norwegian.
about the
Norway
Look it up
kinda
right
looks
now.
like Sweden,
Are you
but
talking
it's
about
like
the
it's like
region?
it's like another chicken tender there besides Sweden.
Yeah, it's like another. It's like
Imagine Sweden as a chicken tender, and
There
there's
is
another
no
one beside
Norwegia.
Oh.
It's Norway.
No, wait, right there, Norwegia.
It says definition.
Yeah,
Norway.
what is that? It's just Norway. I wasn't sure if they were the same thing or if they were two separate countries.
Yeah, it says Norway.
So wait, where's
Redirected.
Norwegian?
Norwegian
language.
is what
So
you're
that's the
called if
description
you're from
of Norway.
Norway. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. The Norwegian
Hey, where's
islands.
American at?
Yeah, Norwegia, right there. What's that?
He just made up his own country. Oh my god.
Wicked.
Etymology. That's a synonym.
Oh,
for
there.
Norway.
I was just saying the old English translation.
You went back
He's speaking
2
old
years.
English.
Sorry,
We're
guys.
just uneducated.
I was just, yeah, you guys are uneducated. I was there speaking old English, and you're like,
He's more correct. Than
What an
us.
idiot.
elementary.
Little do they know. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the Germans marching into
Oh, no, I was thinking about Finland.
Denmark.
That's what I was thinking about.
Finland got attacked by the commies.
Yeah,
the Winter
Finland
War.
was, oh my, dude, you gotta feel terrible for those three countries. It's like Sweden, Finland, and, well, not so much Sweden. Sweden's just there, and nobody's paying any attention to them. But like Finland and,
Wasn't
They
Norwegian
should all
neutral?
just became one great Nordic
What?
nation. That
Or
would've been
Norway.
Awesome.
I think Sweden was neutral in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
you know why I thought it was Norwegia?
Then why do they have their tanks in War Thunder? They didn't do shit.
What, Sweden?
Yes.
I have no idea. They're-
Sweden was
they're
neutral, but they were like
ridiculously overpowered.
appealing to both sides. They kind of did some stuff that Hitler liked, and then they kind of did some stuff that the Allies liked. So they were like, "Yeah, we're chill."
Yeah, but Norway, in the book, what's that book where like the kids are putting gold in their sleds and going down the mountain?
How you
The Germans are occupied. Well, like they're trying to move the country's like gold out of the country. So like they're putting gold in their sleds and then riding them down the hills.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Snow Treasure. I think it's Snow Treasure. But it's I think it's a true story. But like the kids were smuggling gold pretty much from the Nazis.
1942.
Is it like a World War II?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nazi occupied Norway.
Yeah. So they did occupy Norway.
Yeah, I was thinking
I
of
told-
Finland
we
when I was
told
talking
you
about
that.
that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone told you.
They wanted
Yeah,
to
but like in the
Believe
book they
us.
always
we
call
need
it
to
Norwegia.
steal.
That's what threw me off.
What? 2 microphones.
You know.
2 microphones. I'm louder. Give me the second microphone. I'm the loudest now.
So
I'm
what
the
else?
loudest.
What other topic do we have to hit in your list,
In my
Mr.
list, I have a good list here.
You're on my list.
I'm gonna go ahead and go through this because this is news. This just happened today. MK Ultra Support Group 2 got taken off Spotify. Still up on all the other services.
What the hell is that?
Okay.
What is it?
It's an album. It's a compilation album with like Negative XP, Steak Fry. I think he was on there. Bird Bath. Though we don't talk about Bird Bath anymore
Why?
because
He's a rapist.
No, he accused a 17-year-old girl of rape.
Well, she was probably a rapist.
Possibly.
Why was she raping people?
Guys, I
Why
got a
would
I got a real big
I'm
update.
scared every time I walk into Walmart. It's some woman.
I think
gonna
Ben
rape me.
Shapiro's on
God.
Timcast tonight.
Oh my.
Oh my God, Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire take over Timcast with Jason Whitlock and
Wait, what do you mean? He's buying Timcast?
Colin Wright.
I mean,
They're
No,
just
I think he
a-
just rated it.
Ben Shapiro is taking the writers of VeggieTale and making 2 of his own kids' cartoons for like conservative parents. Or he's not taking them.
He's like, I'm sorry.
He's
Who
hiring
owns the
them.
right to VeggieTales?
I don't know.
Like, what are the chances we're gonna see a VeggieTales first-person shooter?
VeggieTales, but the
VeggieTales
guys are
remake.
Jewish.
What?
Would that be it? The right wing one?
I didn't hear what you said.
Are you
No,
okay? He's like, it remembers like any topic. He's like, but they're Jewish.
But the Jews?
It's like
Okay.
Schindler's
hypothetically-
List, but they're Jewish.
Hypothetically, how would World War II have played out if Hitler was Jewish?
He was
He was Jewish.
the same as it ended up. Oh, we should talk about. We'll have to. We don't have time tonight, but I was going to say
We talk.
theories on Hitler escaping Germany.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next on the list?
I got a pretty big list here.
Yeah, we do have a big list. Let me
Obama's
read some.
beach house.
Oh, it's going to be underwater.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Well,
Oh, yeah, the top of
That's
my
probably
list
not
is pretty
real.
funny,
Bro, that's
but
gonna
I
be
don't have
scary.
much
He can't
info on
swim.
it. So the top of the list is man beaten with hammer by tranny.
Wait a minute,
So-
wait a minute. Ethan, why would
That's
Obama put his house
propaganda.
underwater? He's black. He can't swim.
That's probably that's propaganda. I don't think his house is going under.
It's like you come
can't
up
be
with this
real.
like, you know what?
That can't be real.
I'm
No,
going to
it's just
disprove
saying
climate change.
Where his house is, if the climate change stuff that they're saying is going to happens,
Oh.
his house is underwater.
Well, hell,
if
he
the,
better
if
sell
the
that
water
shit.
raises even 2 feet, his property
He
is
can't
gone.
swim. He'll
it's
just
like
drown.
half of his property's already gone
Yeah.
if it raises.
That's just the thing they put out for like.
So why would
Obama
these elites be
sympathizers to
buying
like,
property
"Oh, my
there?"
Obama."
If it's going to be gone in 10 years.
Oh, I thought he
if
built
they're
like a
saying.
wall to keep the water from rising.
It's not going to help. I mean, the river; those are ocean waves hitting the
They
wall
did that in some other country over in Europe. They made.
I don't think
a
Obama
wall.
has that much money.
to build a
Well, you know
wall.
what? He probably does.
He's
Made a
Obama,
wall so
like-
that the
He's
water
like, we're
couldn't
going
rise
to build
to
a
get the
climate
houses.
wall.
Yeah, climate wall. Pretty
We're
much.
gonna
That's
build
literally
a,
what it's called. Look it up.
Climate wall?
I think it's called that.
Climate ocean wall.
Like a
There you go.
seawall.
A seawall.
Coastal defense. I don't think that's what we're talking
No,
about.
I'm talking about they have like
That
a
just
dam
looks
in
like
the
a-
water that keeps the water from rising.
Like a levee?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of like not what.
Did you?
but it
Did,
was on the beach.
did you guys hear? Listen to the new Joe Rogan Experience?
No.
So he had Bill Maher on, and I was listening to it today, and I couldn't, dude. I was listening to it. Every single thing Bill Maher said, I'm like, dude, what? Like he was talking about like climate change, and he's like, well, the right wing just denies it all. Like they say it's not happening, and I'm like, that's not what we're saying. We're saying that like the changes that are happening right now, they can be explained, and they're not as nearly as severe as what you guys are saying they
And
are.
if they were severe, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like
But that's me.
it's like, listen, I live on the top of a mountain. I have nothing to worry
I
about.
see it as a win. I'll be able to grow tomatoes earlier in the spring and later in the winter.
That's true because there won't be either of those. But
You say that's like a bad thing, Brooke.
yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, but like the biodiversity, I mean, we never have to worry about food again because like our
Didn't
plants
Bill
would
Maher
grow
say
better.
something about, like, yeah, I'll pay $15 a gallon for gas because I drive a Tesla?
I don't think
Was
he's.
that
No,
him?
that was Stephen Colbert, I think.
Okay.
Or no, who was that? It was either Stephen Colbert
A lot of people are saying
or
stuff like
Jimmy
that.
Fallon. Yeah, they are, and it's like you guys are smug as all get out. It's like it's the same deal with taxing cigarettes. It's like, okay, we're gonna tax cigarettes. Okay, so now people put more of their money, their paycheck into there, so now they're tighter on money, and now they're more stressed. So what do they do when they're stressed?
They go get more cigarettes.
They go get more cigarettes. So
I
now
mean,
they have less money, and the
Gasoline
kids
is
suffer.
something that people actually need to work.
My
and, like,
kids.
function in today's
Yeah, but that's the
society.
problem. It's like, okay, we want people to get a Tesla. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the price of gas is high. So people want to go and buy a Tesla. It's like, okay, well, now my gas is high. I can't afford to drive my car hardly at all. And I'm definitely not going to be able to afford a Tesla because I don't have any money saved up because I spend everything I save on moving my car to get to work. You know, it's like everything they come up with.
It's like, you know what? Let's move into a
stupid.
city and get public transit for $1 a day.
I think that's what the end goal is. They just want people in cities where they can be herded. Because if you have people in cities or even just suburban areas, those areas naturally require the government to have more power for them to function.
Well, like even then, it's like if you're like rural and you're trying to talk to some of these people who live in the city and they've never been out here,
It's a completely different world.
dude, they don't understand anything you say though. it's like you can say, well, we need to have private transportation because public transportation won't work for us, and they're like, yeah, it will.
I had to explain to someone that you can't just drive a car in the winter here. You have to have like a legitimately big truck to even go anywhere in the winter.
Yeah,
Because a car is just useless.
it's like once the road like freezes, it's like you have to have 4-wheel drive or else you're not moving. And it's like they don't care about that though. And it's like I said, like an electric vehicle,
Just get a Tesla.
your battery's
Just
gonna
Tesla, guys.
like say I
Guys,
get the
Cybertruck?
Cybertruck. If I have
Cybertruck
it
has 4-wheel
outside,
drive.
the battery's gonna drain
No,
because
gonna-
it's so cold.
Die.
Yeah.
The only guy I can think of that owns a Tesla, he's like a wealthy guy, and he has an indoor garage and everything to take care of it. And even then, he only drives it in the summer because he knows the winter or anything else is gonna fuck it up.
Like if I lived out like west, down like in the southwest where it's always warm, you don't have to worry about snow. I'd drive a Tesla, just because it's cheaper, and it's flat, so you don't have to be constantly climbing hills. But that's the only scenario I could ever see myself really driving an electric vehicle, because the technology right now is just not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna catch up and it's gonna get cheaper, but we're not there yet.
No.
Nowhere near. It's
How
gonna be
expensive is it
decades.
to like charge your battery max on a
Well,
Tesla?
we should just build our own electric cars.
It's not expensive to charge, but the initial cost and the reliability is the issue.
Oh.
Like the cost of maintenance.
And then the power just isn't there if you actually have to use it for
I think
something.
Dude, they have like a
are
0
better
to 60 of like
solution.
2 seconds, so some of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's speed, but that's not actual like hauling power.
Yeah.
I think hybrids are way more like
I'd drive a hybrid. Like if they had a
it's like-
hybrid pickup.
hybrid. Yeah. You save money on gas, whatever. Okay, I could still make it 4-wheel drive. You know.
What you'd almost have to do is I'd have like the way I'd make it like a switch inside the car, like you're driving,
Yeah.
and then like once you're like a highway, you flip the switch and now you're electric. So then like your alternator's like processing energy. I don't know how much energy your
That just seems like a
alternator
natural
gives,
progression to the gasoline system that we have.
but- Yeah, it's like what we're trying to do is switch over directly, and it's like okay, well why don't we try and move progressively and make hybrid systems before we just jump?
They didn't do
I
that
think
with
that's
horses.
how hybrids work. They as soon as like
Yeah.
they already switch automatically.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we just barely like. How long have we had hybrid vehicles really?
Not even a couple of decades.
Yeah, it's like okay, so we're making
I
this
mean,
giant jump.
motor vehicles in general are a fairly new technology in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the mass production of them.
Yeah.
It's like
Think
Well,
of
like-
it this way: when we went from horses to cars, there was no middle ground. We didn't put wheels on our horses.
We
had
had carriages,
poor
dumbass.
we had roller skates
had
on our
carriages.
horses.
Poor yeah,
We had
we didn't put engines on our horses and put little wheels on their hoofs so they went a little bit faster.
Well, that's different because if you put an engine on your carriage,
That
and
created
you
a
had-
massive disparity between the people that could afford cars and the people that couldn't.
the problem is I'm not serious.
Well, that was in the Great Depression, though, when a lot of people got cars.
It was
'Cause
right
they were
before.
like, oh, Big Daddy government's giving me money working at the TVA, which
Big Daddy
the TVA
government.
is communism, communist
What's the
propaganda.
TVA do again?
Tennessee Valley Authority, is that what it is?
Are we talking TV? Are you talking about Roosevelt's program or
Yes.
whatever? Where
They were like, let's save the country with all
I
these
don't think
social
it had-
programs.
I don't think it had the word Tennessee in it.
See, a lot of that's so. Here's the interesting part.
The New Deal.
People always give
think it was just called New
Roosevelt
Deal.
credit for that. It's
No,
the
the
Great New
specific
Deal.
organization
Oh, there's a
was the
bunch of
TVA.
them.
There were a bunch of them,
There's
yes.
like the CCC.
I use the
Roosevelt's
TVA as an
TVA.
example
A lot
because
of
it's
your
easy
like
to remember. and
mountain
quick to say.
roads and stuff in the woods are made by the CCC.
But all those social programs are absolutely horrendous and proof that the communists won the Cold War long before it even started.
See, I didn't like Roosevelt. I think he was one of the most overrated presidents. But here's the issue. With a lot of the stuff that Roosevelt did, he stole from Herbert Hoover.
Yeah.
Because Hoover, in the beginning of his presidency, was like, okay, we're going to get through this through individualism. You know, everybody works, and we're going to make it through. But what happened was it didn't work out that way. So he was like the Hoover Dam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he had stuff like that being made to pay people in order for them to spend money. And like this giant, I guess technically it might have been a trickle-down system, you know?
He was
That's
doing a trickle
trickle-down
up.
system.
Trickle up, yeah, because he was paying like the workers, and then they'd buy goods for their families. But like, I mean, like the social programs, I was getting people jobs and stuff. I can go 50-50 on that. I think some of them were good, like the CCC. I like conservation efforts, like state parks and stuff. You know.
I think that when anything is government enforced, it's no longer even worth the supposed good that's in it.
I understand what you're saying.
Like, pretty much every problem that we face in modern society can be traced back to government,
Britain.
ultimately.
Britain.
Or Britain.
Britain.
Britain's government.
Give me a random event in history, Hunter.
Mothman.
9/11.
I can't do Mothman. 9/11?
I don't know.
Actually, I can do 9/11. I mean, when you look back at how
You would do 9/11, bro?
No, wait, let me rephrase that. When you look back at 9/11, I mean, it comes back down to the British, the way they divided up the Middle East. You know, they broke up the Ottoman Empire into all these
Was
different
that the
countries.
British?
Yeah,
though,
they
or was
broke
that
it up
the
as
Allies
of-
in general.
Well, they were pretty much
They
pushing
just drew straight lines like, oh, it looks even. I love
Well, they broke it up
geometry.
Well, even
due
then-
to like how each area looked, not because of the people that lived in each area. So
Well,
there was all these different freaking people that disagreed with each other living in the same place.
My mom lives in Georgia. I live in Armenia. I was trying to think of country next to Georgia.
Well, anyways,
It's not even the Middle East. Never mind.
Bro,
but-
Georgia isn't a
That's part
country.
of the
That's a
Soviet
state.
Union.
Lamar.
but even with World War One, like the British were just like everybody thinks the Germans were the bad guys, but it's like, okay, were they the bad guys? Really?
Wait, did you say one or two?
One.
One.
You Nazi. Oh, I thought he was talking about two.
No, I'm talking World War One. But like
You said
everybody
2-2.
always associates the Germans with being the bad guys, and it's like, well, nobody was really the bad guys. The British were just as guilty.
It was kind of
'Cause
like
the
that
Germans were
meme
for
with the
starting it.
Meeseeks where they're like, "No, you wrote me into this," or "He wrote me into this."
I mean, the British imperialism.
The Germans didn't even
Caused a lot of
start it.
the
The
shit
Germans got pulled into
that's
because
still
of
going on.
Austrian Empire.
Yeah, that's the whole problem. It was allies pairing with allies, so it's arguable that like the British didn't have to jump into the war. You know what I mean?
So how would it have been different if the British didn't join Brooke?
Well, I don't think any ally should have joined the war, and it should have been just a small battle in between. What was it, what were the two countries, Serbia and?
You tell me you're not going to stand up for your brother.
What are you
country?
just-
That's
it was
horrible.
Serbia
Austria-Hungary.
Was it
Serbia
Austria?
was part
Hungary?
of.
It was Austria-Hungary, I'm pretty sure.
You tell me you won't sacrifice
But
yourself.
like
for
nobody should have joined that
Pakistan.
battle. You know what I mean? That's okay. So the whole point is, if you have a war between two countries, unless you have an agreement saying I will defend you if you're invaded, then you shouldn't intervene. You know what I mean?
I think they were being
Didn't
invaded.
Austria-Hungary have a lot of cultural exports?
Oh my gosh,
Or they had
Austria-Hungary
cultural
was
ties
was
and
so diverse. They had the Balkan. They had like the Czechs, Hungary.
But I'm
obviously.
saying like the nobility or whatever you want to call them of Austria-Hungary, they definitely had ties to the British and the French, that's what happened with the Russian Revolution.
Well, they were all
The Tsars,
inbred.
they had so many ties to the French.
Try to keep a stable state in the Balkan Challenge.
That's
Impossible
impossible.
mode.
Yes, challenge accepted. River, that's actually
Like,
where your
Austria
Yugo
was,
comes
was
from.
pretty divided because it used to be a confederacy.
Someone suggested that we talk about
Did you know that?
Someone suggested we talk about the war in the Balkans, and my initial reaction was, isn't there always war in the Balkans?
Which one?
I just
Hunter,
think
you
of
know more about
Bosnia
this.
when I
Honestly,
Bosnian, like civil war and stuff.
Honestly, I'm
When I
not.
think
I'm
of all
not
that.
well educated in that at all.
I forget the
What
Balkans
about like
exist.
the whole Kosovo?
Maybe
and,
we'd be
like,
better off if the
Serbia
Balkans
thing?
didn't exist.
Like honestly, I didn't even realize there was like a war going on in there. I always thought after World War II, like Europe was pretty much like, okay, we chill.
No,
now.
I always assumed the Balkans were just in a constant like Fortnite battle royale.
There was that one
Where we dropping,
Bosnian-
boys?
Bosnian general charged with like war crime for something. I don't even think it was at a time of war. And he was on trial, and he basically got up and said, "I did nothing wrong, and I only did the right." And he drank poison right there and died.
Wait,
Like,
in the courtroom?
The clips on YouTube.
Are
It's
you
like
serious?
a very popular meme.
The clips
format.
on YouTube, the guy stands up, drinks the poison, sits back down, and everyone's like, "What did he just drink? what was in there?"
Yo, dude, was
You should
that
get
lean?
the clip up. Get the clip up.
That's the guy with
we'll
like
talk
the
about
white
something
beard.
else tonight.
himself.
He's hammering that
It's on
poison.
YouTube, like a guy just chugging like a little shot of poison.
Did you guys know what lean is, right?
Oh yeah, I love
What is lean? I don't understand it.
I love lean, Charlie.
Yeah, that's a guy.
Yeah.
Get the like the YouTube.
You've
video.
seen this before.
Does he die right there?
Look at he looks like Santa.
He dies soon after.
Dude,
It's
he
not
looks
in the
like he'd be
video.
from around here. Like he looks like he should be wearing overalls.
Look at him taking it. Look, the guy beside him's like sitting down. He's like, what the hell? You might have to cut this quiet part out. He just like he hit a
Everyone's just looking around the room.
How was he able to get poisoned?
Yo, wait, go back to that tank. I think that was a king tiger. No, never mind. Oh, anyways. Dang, I never saw that.
You never seen that? It was like it was out for a while before I saw it.
That dude just straight up swallowed that poison. Like,
He hammered that poison.
yeah, but like I didn't realize it was some small.
It's in, like, a
well, like,
lot
did you see
of,
the judge? How sickly they were? Like, they were all shriveled up, and they were like,
yeah.
That's kind of what judges
you're
look
going
like
for your
typically.
war crimes.
Hey.
So
It's used as like a Chad template, like facing your problems and getting sent to jail, standing up for what's right and taking poison on this.
Yeah, I did kill those people.
like, I feel like that's what like a serial killer would do.
Yeah, I did invade Denmark.
It's like you reveal your biggest plot twist. It's like you were just like defending yourself for like imagine the lawyer in that situation. Like the guy's like rejecting it, and then like all at once like they're being like he's found guilty, and then like he just stands up and he's like, "Yeah, I did do it." And then he just takes the pills and dies.
And the lawyer's left there.
I can imagine you doing
like,
it, Brooke.
What?
Yeah, I killed those birds.
Oh my god. Yeah.
They're like, you now owe $5 for that parking ticket.
No, it's like that meme.
Yeah, I shouldn't
Like,
have brickyard.
it's like that meme, like where the police officer pulls you over, license and registration, please, and the poison.
Do you have any poison in the car, sir? No.
What the-
It's not the card, it's in
Do you have the hiccups?
Yeah, you drank the poison. Drank it too fast.
Must have been awkward after he took it. Just kind of sat there and looked around. He's
They were
like,
like,
"Yeah,
"Oh,
I'm
should
gonna
we-
die any
Should
second
we save
now."
this man?
People just looked around like, "What'd you just do?"
Yeah, no one.
What did
knew,
you do?
No one knew what was going on.
Well, like, what would you do if, like, you got that ready, and then, like, you were, like, real stressed out while they were, like, the jury was reading off your verdict, and you're, like, they're, like, you're, like, your lawyer, like, butchered the entire thing, and you're, like, oh, I'm dead, and then, like, so, like, you're, like, I'm going out on my own terms, and, like, you, like, they're like, we the jury finds you, and then you go, like, take it, and then they're, like, innocent, and you're, like, you're done. You're done. You swallowed it. You're done.
Poggers, I'm innocent.
As you die.
I'm about to die though.
You're like Poggers, jury's like, you know what, never mind.
You just stand up. At least I died a free man. Then you fall over dead.
Yeah. All right, are we gonna? Is it time to go? It's 9.
Yeah, we are going to end this podcast on a
end it.
positive note. Today is Mr. Rivers' birthday.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
I know that. I just
Fine.
said that.
You don't know that.
All right, before we go, I don't know. We're gonna try to do something next week, but just in case we don't, I'm gonna be at Doomerfest next weekend, and I will bring back some stories to talk about.
We will have a interview.
Oh, there's a poster.
Oh,
Yeah,
hiccups.
there's 2 posters right there.
Can we have a giant shout
Oh,
out
they're different.
to Doomerfest this year? I don't
You're
think
you gonna
can
read
show.
off some names?
Yeah, Doomerfest will be holding, and mind
Is-
you,
Is Doc
Zarbomba, Owen Adamic, Doc Chubkiss, Raccoon King, Glock Angel, Fuster, Cyborg 9K, Aiden Yarrow, Zero,
I think it's 0.
Aiden Zero, Day Heart 1.
This is.
Why are we giving free shout outs?
Oh shit, my stand.
Wait, there's more. There's more.
There's day 2.
Jez,
Jezebel Geberg.
Jezebel Geberg, Egg white.
Egg white.
Greens on toast. Hallowed. Fried by fluoride. And neat.
And Bryn at the bottom.
Bryn. And Mitch. Mick.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
Mickey. Mitchie.
Shooter? No.
Oh. Where's he live?
I think he's in like Georgia.
Oh.
Bro, wait, that's private information.
I mean, it's out there.
Yeah, that is. So we're going to end this podcast on a positive note, like I said. Give me a good PogChamp in the microphone, River.
I don't know what that means. Do I
Just say it. Just say it good.
PogChamp. There
No,
you go.
no, better.
Put some umph into it.
PogChamp.
Okay.
Pronunciate it a little better.
PogChamp.
Excellent. You got a
Excellent.
nice pop.
That was pretty exquisite. Okay, guys, make sure to like and subscribe this video. Share it with your friends
On Rumble.
on Rumble. Wait, we're still on YouTube?
We're still on YouTube. I'm just saying.
On Rumble
just in
and
case.
YouTube. Thank you and have a wonderful day. And as always,
Tim, let us on your podcast.
Tim, let us on your podcast for the love of God,
I'm
please.
kissing
We
you.
don't have anything going on in our lives right now, and we need it. I don't know how much
Kissing
longer Hunter's going to take
ASMR.
it. You know, we need to email them and actually like formally ask them to have us on. I think they might, honestly, because they've had some weird. They had R.A. the Rugged Man on. Who the heck is R.A. the Rugged Man?
You don't know who R.A. the Rugged Man is?
You know?
No.
I know him because he got up and said, "I'm not that guy,"
Not that guy.
and then tried to fight Tim right there on the podcast.
Oh wait, I did see that.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know him. And then he went on the Young Turks, and he's like, "Yeah."
Who's the Young Turks? The Young Turkish people?
Didn't you ever hear the Young Turks?
Young Turkish people?
We gotta talk about this
There's a
later.
lot of young Turkish people.
There's a lot of them, but
Yeah, on my
okay.
phone.
Like and subscribe, guys. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Yep, we love all our viewers.